Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Calvary Chapel Salmon podcast. It's me and Hagen. Hagen and I, we are in my office because we were having technical difficulties with the sound system upstairs.
But
we didn't let that stop us.
yes, and hopefully it'll be fixed soon. Tomorrow.
Probably. Yeah, this is not ideal, but it works for now. Then maybe we'll just love it. Who knows?
That's right.
So, Hagen, how's life been?
Good. How are you?
Good. You see that Donald Trump almost got shot again?
Yeah, that was interesting.
You know, I was talking to people about young adults, and I said, Hagen said something about a magician. And everyone was like, what? Like, they hadn't heard anything about the magician. But then I was watching the videos, and lo and behold, you were right. There was a guy trying to do a magic trick.
I think he's like a mentalist, like almost like a... I think it's the guy that I know about who is on the podcast lately that like guesses things.
Interesting.
You know, like you think of a number and then he like asks you these questions. It's like, and then he like guesses your PIN code.
Huh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, Donald Trump did not seem into it from the video I watched. He seemed bored out of his mind. And then you heard the gunshots and he just looks up. Kind of like, this sounds interesting.
This might get me out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, he did not look happy. But that was crazy. On the video, the guy just runs in, shoots the Secret Service member point blank, like literally as far as I am from you, just shoots him. And then did you hear that he had the cell phone there that blocked the bullet? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy.
So inconvenient.
So
he has to get a new phone now, though. He'll probably upgrade.
He better.
He deserves it. But yeah, he had the bulletproof vest and the cell phone, and so he was. And then he shot back, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got shot point blank, I might just lay there. But he didn't let that stop him. He fired off some shots.
Yeah.
And then I was curious because it's like, how did they stop him? Like, did someone tackle him? And apparently, from the story right now, is that he just fell over. Like when they didn't hit him, they were just shooting at him, and because they were shooting at him so much, he just gave up and fell on the ground. It's like, well, what did you think they were gonna do?
Yeah,
like you run and shoot this guy. You didn't think they were gonna return fire. Like, I don't know. It just seems like he didn't. He just kind of gave up halfway through.
I heard this thing. I forget which. Now I'm confused between Kash Patel and Pete Hegseth.
Patata.
But in his manifesto or whatever, he talks about how he wants. Did you hear this? He wants to get everyone in the cabinet.
He wants to kill everyone except.
And it's like, I'd be looking into that. Yeah. Like everyone but you. You're good. Yeah. It's like, why is he's the exception? I think it's Kash Patel. No, I can't remember. Man, it's one of the two. Yeah, it's either Kash or Pete. But he's like, yeah, accept him.
It's like, huh?
I want you all dead, but you.
Yeah. Teacher of the year, though.
Well, who isn't?
Yeah. And I was like, this young girl's probably an English teacher. And I haven't confirmed that yet, but probably.
Makes sense.
Some male English teacher. They're all crazy.
They are, yeah.
So.
Yeah. But Peter Ducey says in the press, like right afterwards, they did a press conference, which is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Trump's just standing there in his tuxedo and they have bow ties on. And he's like taking questions. He's like, no offense, President, but why do you think this keeps happening to you? Which is like the best question to ask. Why does everyone want to keep trying to kill you?
They're crazy.
Yeah, and he goes, I've studied assassinations. They only kill the good ones.
Yeah.
They only kill the ones that are making a difference. And it's like, you can't really argue with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in as important news.
And then he goes, sorry, one more thing. He goes, they're like, how do you deal with it? And I really believe this. He goes, I just try not to think about it.
Yeah.
I see that. He's like, I just try not to think about it. It's like, hey.
He says something about how he's not a nutcase or whatever.
Yeah, basket case.
Yeah, nutcase, basket case. Yeah. Yeah. So, which I don't know is.
And then they're like trying to get him. He's telling the story on 60 Minutes the next night or whatever, the night after. And he's like, they're like, how'd they come? They got JD out of there so quick. And like, it took you a little while. And he's like, well, they told me we need to go. And I said, just a minute. I want to see what's going on. Yeah. And I can just imagine Trump like arguing with the Secret Service, like, wait a minute. Something's happening here. I don't want to miss it. And they're like, you have to go now. And he's like, just, yeah. So.
He's not a coward.
Yeah.
JD just ran.
Yeah.
Apparently they just picked JD up.
They kind of just drug him out.
Yeah. I guess he's lighter than he looks.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. Yeah. Especially those cheeks. And I mean his face cheeks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad everyone's safe. And
Yes.
apparently the guy's still alive. They just tackled him.
Yeah, it'll
So
be
that's
interesting to see
very
what comes from that
interesting. Yeah,
because normally we
they
kill
kill
him
him.
and then we never know anything else.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll never get
Well, we'll put him in a cell with Charlie Kirk's assassinated
assassinator.
assassinee and see what takes place.
Yeah. See what happens with them.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because then his trial happened a while ago.
I think it's been postponed. It still hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long does it take?
I don't know.
You have a right to a quick and speedy trial, but
not this guy.
yeah.
Because maybe he didn't even do it.
It's interesting.
Yeah. He probably did it though.
I
But we're not
know.
sure. Well, we also went to Josiah Queen. That was just as important for us. In our world, we were on the same level. In everyone else's world, maybe not.
It was good, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Worth it?
Like I was telling someone earlier, I'm not a huge fan of Josiah Queen. Like I like him.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, like I could like Phil Wickham. That would have been something. But it was like, oh wow, that was good.
The music was good. Yeah.
Michael, what was your favorite part of the concert? The music.
Yeah.
It's like, wow,
Thank
good
you,
answer.
Michael. Yes. Well, we had a good time. We drove down there. We stopped at Wendy's.
When did we leave?
2 o'clock.
Right after church.
Yeah.
Like literally, like 12:30. As soon as I said
Yeah,
amen,
that's true.
we snuck out the front doors. Josh had the van ready. We hopped in it.
But then
and
we
hit
had
the
to
road.
go to Harvest Market because Sammy had to go get us snacks. And then, yeah, we were sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for him. But that's okay. We love Sammy. And and then we drove. Wendy's was pretty good. I bring up Wendy's because...
Why would you bring that up, Jordan?
Because
Is that
it's
pertinent
such a
to anything?
funny... Yeah, it was funny. Because you walk in there and it's nothing but 14-year-olds working at Wendy's.
Yeah.
They're all so young. So young. And then we got to the cash register and it's just this kid. It's very clearly like his first or second day. Because they're still kind of like trying to show him things. But it's just him. He takes my order just fine. A Dave's double. Some chicken
Pretty
nuggets.
basic
He does
order.
a good job. And then
Freezy or whatever. Frosty. What's it called?
Frosty, very delicious. And then Sammy's behind me. And Sammy, well, you witnessed this. You tell him because I had stepped away. Sammy asked for a lettuce wrap or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I heard 4 burger patties.
right. He wants 4 patties and just like with lettuce. That's it. And the kid's like, I don't know if we can do that. Because like you would know as an Arby's employee, there's like programmed buttons in the
Of
computer,
course,
right?
yeah,
So it's like it's easy,
wonderful.
number 2, number 7, then maybe you add, subtract,
It's very
specialized
easy.
orders.
Yeah.
But like it's
Just
like
4 burger
it's
patties
like
with lettuce.
what do I do? Like I don't. There's not a button for that. The
No.
kid doesn't know what to do, so he's like, I don't think we do that here. And Samuel's like something along the lines of like, I've ordered it at Wendy's before. Like pressing him, like someone's made this happen. So it's like okay,
Poor
so he like has
Vincent.
to call over the guy who's training him. So he comes over, explains the situation. He has to call over another guy, explains the situation. There's 4 people surrounding this touchscreen computer at Wendy's to try to specialize Samuel's order.
Just for Sammy's order.
yeah, and they got it. But
And they got it.
yeah. Go ahead.
And I like Vincent a lot because he actually ended up doubling my order by mistake.
Wow.
So I got 2 French fries and 2 Frosties.
Yeah, and
So-
2 chicken nuggets, which you gave the
I did give
double
the
to
extra
me.
one to you. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So that was pretty magical. But of course, the most memorable part. Oh, and I wanted to say, Wendy's made me a little gassy. The concert.
That's important,
And there was
too.
a lot of jumping, and so I was kind of farting up a storm, and I felt really bad because there's this whole little family behind me. But they weren't too bad. So
And
it's
it was
okay.
a big room.
It was a big room, yes. Yeah,
But before we left
no
Wendy's,
one could trace it back to me.
yeah, before we left Wendy's, someone met us who we knew.
Yes.
Someone randomly drives by and waves. It's like I think that person knows us, and they pull around, and it was Jay
It was
Becker,
Jay, yes.
who went to our school here.
Yes, he is. Now he's living in Idaho Falls.
Yeah, and it's like, oh wow, he's like, hey guys.
It's like,
So that
"What's
was
up,
kind
Jay?"
of neat.
Yeah. And there's someone else someone at Salt Lake City who's from Idaho Falls who really recognized me. I was like,
Jordan
you the-
kept trying to give me the glory. He's like,
Is-
you must be looking for this guy. And the guy's like, oh no.
No, he's like, you're the pastor of Salmon. It's like, no, that's him. It's like, I know you. It's like, okay. I kind of recognized him from Idaho Falls. Maybe when we went to that youth day camp or whatever thing, maybe he was like a leader there or
Yeah.
something. And I don't remember talking to him though. But he seemed like a cool guy.
That's rough.
So shout out to you if you're listening. Thanks for saying hi.
You should really make this announcement, Jordan. If anyone sees you in public, fans of the podcast,
and I don't immediately
be afraid to
recognize
say
them.
hi.
Of
Yeah,
course.
come up, say hi, get your picture. You're not you don't
No.
mind the fame.
No, I don't.
Some people are intimidated. I think, like, should I talk to him? It's like, talk to him.
It's like, is he busy?
Yeah, he's not busy.
Got nothing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, the most memorable part of our trip to Josiah Queen concert was the ride home. Because speaking of gas, we were out of it.
We got, yeah. Let's say everyone learned a lesson that day.
Yes. Yes, we did. How far away were we? Probably like half an hour, I'd say. From the venue.
Yeah, maybe 45 minutes. Yeah. We were trying to get to Tremont, Utah.
Of course.
Get out of the city a little bit.
Yeah.
Grab some.
Can you pass me that tissue right behind you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then, there's these truck stops that have the gas stations built in. So it's like we could just get gas and some food. So we're just kind of pushing to get north of the city. And then I look down and it's like, oh, we're kind of on E. It's like, but we're close.
But we don't stay at E, right? It
right.
switches.
And then all of a sudden it just kind of, the whole mechanism jumps up to full for just a brief second, then back down.
You know what you should have done?
This probably
You should have put a sticky note that said full on.
That's right.
Put it on the dashboard.
Yes, you should have done that for me.
Someone told us that advice. And
yeah,
apparently for them it
story
worked.
of some missionary that they heard about that did that once. But
and it's like, I guess we were missionaries, so.
Yeah, so anyway, we ran out of gas on the interstate at about 11:30, 12 o'clock at night with 7 people in the van.
Still 4.5 hours away from home.
And 4 miles away from the next gas station.
Yes.
And for a brief minute, it's like, I really don't know what to do in this situation. Because at first I'm thinking, we'll push. And then it's like, when I realize it's 4 miles and it is uphill, it's like, no. And right on the interstate is not safe. It's like, okay, we're not going to push this thing. If it was like half a mile, I would have had us push. We could have done it.
Yeah.
But it's like 4 miles, no. It's like, okay, did we send someone to walk to a gas station, bring back gas? Do I call someone? It's like, I'm thinking, who do I know in this area? No one really conveniently. And then Samuel goes, oh, I'm a AAA member.
Yes.
It's like, oh, he pulls out the card.
And Sammy's good. We love Sammy.
And it's like, wow. I go, have you ever used this? And he goes, no. And I go, well, we're going to. Yeah. So we called up AAA and they sent a guy. It took about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, but they sent a guy.
They were quick, yeah.
And he brought 5 gallons of gas. And we gave him a very generous tip. I don't want to say how much. But between you and me, we blessed that guy.
Oh, for sure.
And he refused. He goes, no. And Sam goes, it's a tip. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah. He thought we're like paying him for his service, but he's like, AAA pays him. It's like, no, it's just like a tip to get you. Thank you. And then we prayed for him. So that was cool.
And what did he say? Something about like, I know I need God because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, we're not idiots. Look at us.
Yeah, we're just on the side of the road with no gas.
Yeah.
So, that was funny.
He was a good guy. Brian was his name, right?
Yeah, Brian.
What a guy.
In Honeyville.
Wow. Honeyville.
Yeah. Sammy goes, so were you like sleeping or were you in bed? The guy's like, yeah, but I wasn't asleep yet.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
And then there was some weather coming home. We didn't get home till 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, there was a little snow, so the slow.
That was over a 24-hour day for me.
Yeah. You know, you did a great job driving, Hagen, but it's always a little scary when you know that the person driving is tired.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ooh, let me keep talking.
Yeah.
Man, me and Sam were just having this conversation. It's just like, so Hagen, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Gotta keep you engaged.
And then I'm just listening to the trashiest music alive.
From Sammy?
Yeah.
It's not very good. It was pretty bad. There was some
K-pop. Guess how many K-pop songs I know?
Lot.
0 that I know. 0. Guess how many he played? Most of them.
Yeah.
But then he just started playing pop punk. When he really realized I might actually be getting tired, he started playing songs he knew I would like. So that was nice.
He kept on pulling a Grady and asking you, "Do you like the song? Do you like the song?"
Oh, I love it. And he wasn't even in our van, I don't think. So I don't know if he got the joke about me calling him Grady, but you got it.
On our way to Philly, Grady kept on playing music. I was like, Hagen, do you like this?
Like every song, he just wanted my affirmation that he has good music. And Jordan got so tired of hearing it because no one cared what Jordan thought.
Yeah, it was just so annoying. It was annoying. It was like, oh my gosh, Grady. Play your music, Grady. Don't play it for him. Play it for you.
Yes.
Even if you have trash music taste, still just play it for you.
Yeah.
You know? Wow. Well, that was fun.
But then before that, we're kind of working backwards from assassination attempt to Saturday. Friday, I went to the men's conference, and you went.
Yes, I went to Pocatello for the state chess tournament of the state of Idaho.
Wow.
And that was really fun. Yeah, it was a good. I'm glad I went. There was just a lot of cool people. I met the state champion. His name's Josh Price, kind of a celebrity. I'm sure many people have heard of him.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he's 20 years old, and
Whoa.
he's just this really cool guy. And I got to play him in chess, and he beat me, of course, but it was a good game. And it's just like he's a really, and we've been texting him recently, and he's just like, "How was the tournament? Like, give me any feedback." And it's just like,
Did they
really
have
cool
snacks?
No,
You
but
should mention that.
should I mention that for next time? Give us some snacks. So I'm glad I got to meet him and make that networking.
Wow.
You know, get to know the good
I
people.
try to close my eyes and envision what that looks like, a chess tournament, and I come up with nothing.
It's very
like
interesting.
I can't even
It's unique.
fathom what's
It's
going
unique.
on in this thing.
We showed up early and we got to help set up all the boards and all the clocks.
Man, what an honor.
Yeah. And
Get
then
the queen in the right place.
Yes, make sure she's in her place. And then it's just cool because it's like Jordan, how did you get here driving the public school high school chess team down to Pocatello for a tournament? And it's just like, I don't know how I got here.
And it's at that moment I knew I'd arrived.
No.
I said, Jordan, in your wildest dreams, you never would have thought.
No, I never would have thought
this privilege.
And it's just like I
and yet here
barely
you are.
know most of these people. But yeah, I get to I just have these connections. Like, how did I get these connections? And it's cool because just I'm able to have all these really good conversations with the kids, and they're not kids who go to church here, and we're just able to be.
None of our church kids.
None of
do
our
chess,
church
could
kids.
They?
No, nope, nope. All of our kids are too cool for chess.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just cool that it's God uses this, and now I get to go and be a blessing to all these people and have these really good conversations and
the parents just love you.
impact all these kids. Yeah, and be a blessing to all the So it's
Wow.
It's wow. How was the men's conference?
Great.
Was it
the best one yet? And
Yeah.
it's not because of a thing. It's literally just the whole package. We just made it great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last year was pretty good, so I was looking forward to going this year. You didn't go last year,
Right. I was in Hawaii.
Yeah, last year I feel like the last year was the best one for me because I've been for 4 or 3 times, I guess, and the first 2 were but the third one was really good. So I was looking forward to it, but sadly can't be in 2 places at once.
That's rough.
Can't. I was double booked. But what made it so good?
Just the group, honestly.
Yeah.
Probably they had a good balance of teachers.
That's
The
good.
first guy was more evangelist, practical. The second guy was more just teaching the Bible, more my style.
Sure.
And the third guy was kind of a whole other thing. But yeah, it's just a good variety. The worship was good. We had a good time at lunch, good time traveling. Just kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right on. Well, should we read Genesis chapter 13, or do you want to talk about something else? It's up to you.
No, do you have anything else to talk about?
What we could talk about.
You're really on that right now,
Why
aren't
not?
you? Just from last night? Is this on your heart?
Yeah, but I like the format. We talked to Tegan about the 10 questions.
Oh, wow.
That's a good
Do
format.
you have 10 questions?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Or do you want to do Genesis 13?
No, I mean, let's forsake God's word and
No,
talk
no,
about
no.
questions.
Let's do Genesis 13 and then we can do it. We still have time.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
The whole chapter?
Yeah, Genesis 13 is a short chapter, and I don't think we'll have. It's kind of a straight to the point type of chapter. Genesis chapter 13, if you have your Bibles. Yeah, take out that wristband. You've had that on for too long. Wow. It's like ASMR. Sheesh. Genesis 13, verse 1 says this. It says, Then Abram went up from Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him to the south. Abraham was very rich in livestock and silver and gold, and he went on his journey from the south as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Ai, to the place of the altar which he had made there at first, and there Abram called on the name of the Lord. Abraham leaves Egypt. He had been in Egypt because
Where
of
he lied
famine,
about his wife?
where he lied about his wife, and he gets up out of there and he goes back to where he's supposed to be.
What direction does he head from Egypt?
North.
Up.
Up.
You want to get out of Egypt? You want to get out of the world? Guess what direction you got to go?
Up.
Up.
And he's got a lot of money. He's very rich.
And he goes to Bethel
Mm.
and he sees Bill Johnson and he prophesies over him.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Bethel means house of God.
Yes. Sometimes people think that godly men can't be wealthy, but that's not right. Because
Wow.
Abram, although he is a godly man, the father of faith, is extremely wealthy. I don't know if it's here or somewhere else, but it literally says that he's overburdened with gold and silver. He has too much gold and silver.
That's rough, isn't it?
That's a problem I would want to have one day.
Just
It's like, too much.
yeah.
It's just like he's got a lot of money.
Sheesh.
But apparently God can trust him with money. So God uses that. So having money isn't necessarily evil, but it's the love of money that can be a trap, a snare. Verse 5 says, Lot also, who went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. Now the land was not able to support them, that they might dwell together, for their possessions were so great that they could not dwell together. Verse 7, and there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdmen of Lot's livestock. The Canaanites and the Perizzites then dwelt in the land. You know what they say? More money, more problems.
That's right.
Abraham has so much, but then his nephew Lot has a lot too, and they're not able to kind of dwell together. There's not enough grass to go around for all their sheepies and cows and horses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they start fighting. They start arguing. And verse 8 says this. So Abraham said to Lot,
It's hard for you to focus.
Go. Get out of here. Go. Ryan, go. Verse 8 says, So Abraham said to Lot, Please let there be no strife. That was just the kids.
Yes. It's snack time.
Yes, it's snack time. Please let there be no strife between you and me, between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are brethren. Is not the whole land before you? Please separate from me. If you take the left, then I will go to the right. If you go to the right, then I will go to the left.
How to deal with conflict. Like, I don't want a problem. We can figure this out. You tell me what you want, and I'll do the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abraham doesn't say, I'm your uncle. I'm the one God talked to. I'm the one, you have to listen to me. He says, I just want us to have peace. So you tell me what we need to make this right.
Sheesh.
Which is good.
It says in James 3:17, wisdom from above is willing to yield. Sometimes you gotta be willing to yield.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for some people that's easier than others.
Yeah. As much as is possible.
Live peaceably.
It relies on you. Live peaceably with all men. Yep. So do what you can do. And here's a great example of Abraham doing what he can.
Yeah. Not taking his way. And Lot says, bet. Verse 10, and Lot lifted his eyes and saw all the plain of Jordan, and it was well watered everywhere.
It was a big old plain. The plain of Jordan.
That's right. Well watered. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of the Lord, like the garden of Eden, like the land of Egypt. As you go towards Zoar. Then Lot chose for himself all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated from each other. And Abraham dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain and pitched his tent, even as far as Sodom. But the men of Sodom were exceedingly wicked and sinful against the Lord. So Abraham and Lot separate. Lot goes towards Sodom and Gomorrah, towards the plain of Jordan. And he goes there because it looks really good, but it reminds him of Egypt. You see, Lot had gotten a taste for Egypt down there in the south when Abraham led him there, and he really likes it. And he now is gravitating towards what reminds him of Egypt. And we see this as a problem with Lot. He's drawn to the world, we could say, a little too much. Because of Abraham's failings, because of Abraham's lack of faith, Lot gets a taste for Egypt, and now the rest of his story is just going to be drawn there. So that's not good. That's not good.
It's like with Christian rap. You'll like this because you don't like it. It's like people are like, I like NF. It reminds me of Eminem.
Really? Yeah, I like this thing because it reminds me of the world. It's like, I don't know.
No, I like NF. So
do you like NF?
Yeah.
And you like Eminem too.
I do actually.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be careful what you're drawn to. You want to be careful what you're setting your mind on. The plain of Jordan's good. It looks like the Garden of Eden. That's how good it looks. and he's going towards Sodom, and Sodom is a bad place. It says here that he pitches his tent towards Sodom, or kind of near Sodom, but next time we see Lot, he's going to be living in Sodom. And that's how this being drawn to the world thing works. Kind of tiptoe your way closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
He starts outside the city, then he's in the city, and then later on he's going to be in charge of the city. So he kind of progresses down that road the longer he's kind of drawn towards it. And it doesn't work out good for him, as we'll find out later. But verse 14 says, "And the Lord said to Abraham, after Lot had separated from him, lift your eyes now and look from the place where you are northward, southward, eastward, and westward. For all the land which you see I have given to you and your descendants forever." And forever is a long time. You know, Sammy was in the car yesterday, and Sammy said, "Jordan, I haven't heard this song in forever." And I was feeling a little grumpy at that point, a little tired, a little sassy. And I said, "Sammy, that's not true."
He just said that.
You have heard this song before. You have not heard this song in forever. Because forever isn't just like a long time. Forever is forever. So it's like, whoa. And that's how long Abraham and his kids are going to have a claim to that part of the globe forever. Verse 16.
Yeah, but what if Benjamin Netanyahu becomes their political leader? Then it doesn't count, right?
I guess so. You're right. I didn't think about that. Verse 16, "I will make your descendants as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then your descendants also could be numbered. Arise, walk in the land through its length and its width, for I have given it to you." It's interesting there in verse 14, it says, "And the Lord said to Abraham after Lot had separated from him." After their separation between Lot and Abram, then the Lord's able to appear to Abram and remind him of his promises and even add some more details of his promises. The whole thing with the dust of the earth thing, that's the first time we hear that. And it's cool that when there's separation, even though it's kind of hard and there was like this strife and this drama, but when there's separation, then God's able to really speak to Abram more and remind him of his promises more. And sometimes Hagen will have to separate people from you, Hagen.
Yes.
And when Hagen does that, when God does that,
Yeah.
there's a reason, and that's it's good. Because Lot, we see that Lot's kind of worldly minded in this chapter. Maybe we could say that Abram and Lot are unequally yoked. Maybe.
Yeah.
And when Abraham's able to get away from that unequally yoked person, things work out better. He's able to hear from God better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not that Lot
isn't a Christian.
Not, a believer, not, we'll see later, righteous. It's just that the choices he's making, the direction that he's heading, literally, the direction that he's heading in, the direction that Abraham's heading in are two different directions. And it's like, sometimes you have to decide where you want to end up. And either people are going to want that same desire and vision and are going to go with you, or they're going to choose another path in life. And sometimes you got to let them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to unhitch your wagon from them.
That's right.
And let their horse go in a different direction.
Yep.
Verse 18, "And Abram moved his tent and went and dwelt by the terebinth tree of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built an altar there to the Lord." So he hangs out there until chapter 14. And then some more stuff happens. And then we get this cool battle. I told you it was a short chapter.
So more, chapter 13 is nice because it re-emphasizes the covenant of chapter 12. We're going to see more of this re-emphasification as we get deeper into Genesis. But these are important things that we're seeing God repeat to Abraham. They're important for him back then. They're important for us to see today. God has land. He has real estate. He has a plan for his people.
Lot focuses on what he can see with his eyes. What? Oh.
Abraham focuses on... Abraham walks by faith. Lot walks by sight.
Yes, exactly. Lot focuses on what he can see. Abraham focuses on the promise of God that he can't see yet, but he knows he's going to see eventually. Well, Hagen, I don't think we're done yet. Usually we stop there.
But wait.
But wait, we have some more for you guys today. We have a full show today.
That's right.
if you're still with us,
Yeah.
you're like, I want to hear about Donald Trump, and then I'll tune away.
Yeah.
But if you're still with us, you get some good stuff because we have some questions about marriage. I just loved the format last week of asking questions.
I know you love that.
I
Yeah.
just like questions. I think they're good.
Hey, good.
Questions are good.
That's how you learn.
So we have me here. We have you.
You want
here.
me to ask you or what?
No. I'll
Oh.
read them, but then we can all answer them. And
Okay.
then over there, surprise, surprise. You want to read the questions? Okay. Well, is your mic on? No, it's not. We have Averie, Shafer. Woo! We should have to find some like applause thing or whatever.
I just don't know if my mic will be working, so.
Well, is it? It is.
Yep. Cool. Okay, the first question is, what is the primary purpose of marriage?
To have lots of babies.
Well, you see,
That's
What?
so funny.
there's the engagement ring,
Oh yeah.
the marriage ring, and the suffering.
Yes.
It's for you to suffer.
Yes. We were
No.
talking about this at Young Adults last night, and there was a general, and actually it was right before you came in, so I didn't really argue it or whatever, and I didn't really feel like arguing it. But there was a vibe where it's like, yeah, marriage is just so hard. And it's
Yeah.
just like, there's a sense, and that's true,
Mhm.
that marriage is hard. But I would say that marriage is pretty great
Yeah.
and pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if it's a good, healthy thing to go into a marriage where like, I'm only doing this because it's God suffering for me.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know about that.
Yes.
And you don't want to have that,
Mentality.
and I don't think that's what they were getting at all, but they made that vibe. And it's like, marriage is awesome. Marriage is good.
in a different way, but in the same applicable, just apples and oranges. It's no different than being single is hard.
Sure.
There's things about being single that's so easy,
Sure.
and there's challenges, but it's not like this like crazy mountain. It's just like you
It's
just
just different.
navigate through it and you grow in the Lord in it, whether if it's singleness or marriage.
Sure. And what we were getting at and where they were coming from, and there is truth to this, is the whole idea of like, well, marriage is a picture of Jesus and the church, and Jesus died for the church or laid down his life for the church. And so again, the whole point is to lay down your life for the other person. And in a way that's hard, but if you can do that, there's also a lot of joy there, but you're no longer living for yourself.
Sure.
It's like, I don't know who says this, but it's like, don't look to be happy in life, look to be useful. And when you're useful, you'll find that you're happy.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of truth there.
Is that from a movie?
I don't know, it's from me.
Oh wow.
I don't know, I just like that. It's just like when you try to be happy in life, you're not going to be happy. But if you try to be useful in life and serve something greater than yourself, then you'll find, like, if you show up to a chess tournament and you're just trying to be happy, you're going to be bored. If you show up to a chess tournament and help them set up and be like, how can we serve? How can we be useful? Then you make all these friends and it's really fun and cool.
Wow.
So that's just something from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
The next question is, what does it mean for a husband to lead and a wife to submit?
Hagen? It's a good question.
Go. Yeah.
That's a good question. It doesn't. Well, I can tell you what it doesn't mean. How about we start there?
Okay.
It doesn't mean you just boss her around, right? There is, yeah, you should be able to lead by example, and leading, again, it doesn't mean getting what you want all the time, but trying to lead in the sense of having a vision, having a plan, and trying to communicate that. And yeah, it doesn't mean you have to make every little decision, but wanting to, it says, without a vision, the people perish. Like having this is the direction of our family that we want to head in, and being able to kind of talk about that and communicate that. Oh, hi, Reva. Special guest Reva
Are
Christensen.
you bringing that for us? Yes.
Hagen loves his cinnamon buns.
We'll split it.
Yeah.
No
We're
worries.
just having a meeting in here.
Thank you.
What do you think, Pumpkin or Hagen?
Do you want this? Right. I just see these things and I just try to identify other relationships in my life where I get to practice these principles
Yeah.
because I don't have a wife. So it's like, even just like driving to this concert, it's like, okay, we need to eat somewhere. So it's like, okay, where could we eat in Idaho Falls? And it's like, at first it's like, well, maybe we could get pizza. And then we kind of talk about a pizza idea, but then it's like, well, fast food is probably just as quick. And it's like, where's a place where everyone kind of accommodates everyone? And then it's like, okay, well then the decision is made, let's go to Wendy's.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's just like taking a bit of charge. And it's not like, because if it was just me being selfish, I'd go to Dee's Kitchen.
Sure.
Because that's what I like. But not everyone maybe likes that. It might take a little bit more time. So it's like you're getting input still and you're making a decision. But it's like ultimately, just in that little scenario, ultimately we went to Wendy's because Hagen led us there. We decided that. But I made that decision in leadership based on thinking of everyone in the van.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have something you like to add to that, Pumpkin?
Not to add, but to answer. So like if you had something to put on top.
Yeah.
I just like it's kind of like all throughout the Bible, because it's not just like you're all not only supposed to submit to your husband, you're supposed to submit to like every other brother and sister in Christ. So like it's not that deep and scary, but also it's just like a characteristic of God that he wants us to like respect who he has in our lives. So if you believe that like God brought this guy in your life, just like be fine with like his decisions are like made to for you and like with your best intention, or just with like he's following, like with me at least, I know you're following the Lord, and so whatever you're gonna choose, it's like, oh, of course, why wouldn't I? Why would I want to like put too much in or like doubt your intentions and stuff? So kind of like that, I guess.
Yeah. How do you feel about the statement, Hagen, if a lady would say, I'll only submit to my husband if they're submitted to Jesus?
Right.
Yeah. Which I can see where they're coming from.
Sure.
But it seems like it could also be a cop out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to do that perfectly. So then it's easy to just be like, well, because you didn't and you throw whatever thing in his face, I'm not going to submit. So, yeah, I mean, we want to, well, I don't know about that thing. Here's the thing, and this is what I think Averie was saying too. It's easy to submit to people who are submitted to Jesus.
Yeah.
So as long as you do that, that helps a lot.
Sure.
So if you can just think about that in the equation, whether it's whatever decision that's being made or whatever, it's like, okay. And I think maybe people think submission is like control. And that's not it. And if it gets into that, then I think it's like you're doing it wrong. It's not control, but it's like, and it's not like micromanaging. Like
exactly.
I'm assuming if Averie wanted to go buy a coffee, she doesn't have to ask your permission.
Depends on how much extra stuff in that coffee.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't bring that up.
Sometimes those ride and shine orders get a little extra. No, I'm kidding.
Hey.
Of course
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Or you have a budget beforehand. It's like, oh, I
Sure.
know I can spend this much money, so I don't need to like have these little things micromanaged. Like together, we've agreed on this.
Yeah.
The problem is that I see even in some younger relationships around me. Sometimes it's like you got to be heading in a direction, and you have to be heading in a direction together, or else naturally you're going to both go in your own direction, just like we saw with Lot and Abraham. So it's like that's why submission in the context of leadership, it's like you have to decide together now. It's like, what do we want? What is our life about? What direction are we heading in? Because if you just think you're naturally going to go in the same direction, you're not.
That's true.
You're not going to do it in a marriage. You're not going to do it in a church for people working together.
That's true.
So it's like you got to be like, we're trying to get here. So, and not everyone has to be right behind me, but we have to all be heading this direction, or else we're going this way and someone's way over here. And it's like,
Yeah, and a big thing with that I've noticed, and that I'm very thankful for, although it's sometimes hard, is that when you, because the Bible says to like leave and cleave, when you like get married and you kind of leave your family in the sense of we took it a little extreme. Like we left states.
Sure.
We have like a healthy amount of like separation.
Mm.
It's easier to do that because
Yeah.
it's like we're leaving our families and we're going to do our own family. And here's our vision. Here's our goals. Here's our plan. This is what we're doing with our lives. And we still love our families and they're still a part of that, but it's now something different.
Mm.
But when you don't properly do that, you can be pulled in different directions by your family.
Sure.
And it's like, well, I have my family over here and you have your family over here and we're kind of doing our thing over here, but it's kind of mingled.
Mm-hmm.
And like we have our goals over here and we have our goals over here.
Yeah.
And you can get torn
Mm-hmm.
and it creates drama and resentment and
Yeah.
it gets weird really fast
Yeah.
because you have all these different allegiances.
Mm.
And the Bible says, nope, you kind of leave those and you have this one vision together
Mm.
and everything else is secondary to that.
Yeah.
Which makes it easier.
For sure.
One more thing I wanted to say about what you said earlier about like who's gonna like submission and leadership. Someone is naturally going to be the leader no matter what.
Mm.
In every human relationship. Like sometimes people have the idea like we're both the leaders or we're co-leaders or it's like we both submit to each other all the time.
Yeah.
It's like that can be true in a sense, but there's always going to be one leader. And you kind of see this in like when we were with our friend Cole, like this little thing over there in Boise. It's like we say we're all leaders. There's 15 leaders.
Yes.
It's like that's human nature doesn't allow there to be 15 leaders. There's naturally going to be one or two people who rise to the top in any group. So when you have a marriage, you can't just say we're both leaders. There's going to be one person's going to have to make the decision to go to Wendy's. Someone's going to have to drive the car to Wendy's. You know,
You're saying it's you.
and it's just like, yeah, I mean, there's going to have to be someone who says, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's just how we as humans work. We can't just all be the leaders.
Yeah.
You know, so. And God says that the man needs to kind of have that final decision.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah.
Yeah.
Next question.
Question 3. How should conflict be handled in a healthy marriage?
Well, like with Abram with his nephew Lot. First of all, I think
Get out of here.
yeah, move away.
No.
I think that what we saw there actually that's sometimes important and sometimes I'm actually not good at depending on who I'm dealing with. And it's just like addressing it first, like that there is a conflict.
Okay.
Because sometimes certain personalities just want to ignore the conflict and pretend like there's like not a thing. But it's like Abraham's like, there is a thing. Like we're not getting along here. And I don't want it to be that way. So let's try to come up with a plan that we can get along. So like calling out, this is a conflict. I see that we're not seeing eye to eye on this, or I see that this was an issue. And then it's like, okay, now that we've identified that there's a problem, now let's figure out how to solve the problem.
True. And you're like not less of a toxic person if you're just never bringing things up. Like you're like, oh, I just like don't like conflict. Like it's not. Just you can't just pretend it's not real and ignore it. Like that's not any better. That's even worse. And you're not healthy.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it definitely depends because there's different personality types. And there's some people who don't have a problem with bringing up conflict. And when they have conflict, it's very obvious.
Yes.
And they will yell at each other or whatever, have these fights, people say. And then I believe probably most people aren't like that and will have the tendency to kind of push it under the rug, like you said, and not talk about it. But then, just talk. But the good thing about those personality types is once you do kind of talk about it, both people are kind of calm and willing to yield. It actually usually fixes itself.
Yeah.
Because me and Averie have never had a fight where we just like yell at each other or whatever. But like, but those kind of things that we just don't talk about, when we do talk about it, then it gets way better. So just bringing it up and talking about it, I'd say it's good.
Which I feel like at least for me, if I wasn't saved, I would definitely be a yeller. So I feel like I hope people don't think we're like super inept, but like we're still.
Well, people will say like, "Have you had your first fight yet?" And it's like, "What do you mean? Like, did I have we punched each other yet?"
Only like 4 times.
No,
like,
it's like, are we yelling it? No, we don't. Like, we just we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least
I
for
don't
me,
yell I don't yell at people. She doesn't yell at people.
You get laughed sometimes, but you don't yell. Right?
I'm not like angry.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, so it's like we don't fight, but it doesn't mean there's not problems. It's just you have to kind of it looks different, and maybe for other people they yell at each other or whatever, like in the movies or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want question 4?
Sure. How about we'll go up to 5?
Good idea. We'll save the rest for next episode with Josh.
Ooh, yes. Marriage expert.
Oh, sorry. Is
No.
remarriage after divorce biblically permitted?
Did you do question 5 or question 4?
You told me to do question 5.
Oh,
Sorry.
I meant we like go up to 5, but we can do 4 and 5 are kind of together.
Okay.
You want to read number 4?
How about we do 5?
Look at this
and then we do
conflict,
4?
and we're resolving it right
Yeah.
now. This is live.
If I was yelling, it would be over sooner. That's the answer.
We're doing number 5. Sorry, I meant like we go up to 5, like we do the 5
Got
question.
you,
Yeah, my bad.
you. Well,
So
answer,
we'll answer
have it down.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, answer
We'll
5.
submit and answer 5.
Okay.
Oh no.
Is remarriage after divorce biblically permitted? Yes. Question number 4. What are legitimate grounds?
Depends on the situation.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here's a whole thing. It's like marriage is something that you make a promise before God, and the state comes along and says this is marriage,
Correct.
right? So, are there cases where two people have gone married before God and the state has said they're married, and then they, because they just want to, or because they don't jive together, get it, or they have a fight or something, they get a divorce, but then they're only divorced in the eyes of the state and not in the eyes of God? Does that happen, do you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of in the Gospels when Jesus talks about that. I think that's a bit of the
What
point.
he's referring to,
where it's
yeah.
like, yeah, there's this idea that, well, we just decided we're separating, we're getting divorced. And in the sense, God's kind of like, you don't get to decide that.
Yeah. If you make a promise before God to be together for the rest of your life, it's like, yeah, you just can't say we had a lawyer sign this
Never
piece
mind.
of paper.
Yeah.
And so therefore, yeah. The only grounds for divorce in God's sight is unfaithfulness and abandonment in the New Testament. Yeah.
Sure.
And then I read this as I was doing my homework at the chess club, and I read this interesting paper. And I don't know if I agree with it or not, but it said something about like if your spouse does something that's worth capital punishment in the Old Testament,
Interesting.
then in God's eyes they're as good as dead. And then and that would be a third criteria, like if your spouse dies, abandons you in the sense that they're no longer alive.
Okay. Yeah.
They've
That would
abandoned
be
you because they're
abandonment,
dead.
yes.
But they do something that's so bad that's worth capital punishment, but they don't get the punishment literally, but in God's eyes they should have. Then you can remarry someone else.
That's interesting.
I was like, that is
I've never
interesting.
heard that.
I've never heard. Like if Riley gets married, Riley's sitting right here, and her husband murders 20 people, and then her husband gets locked up for the rest of his life in jail. Like, is Riley free to
Oh.
marry someone else?
He's still alive.
He's still alive, so is Riley still married to that guy? Like, I don't know. Like, she just.
Well, she should make better choices on the front end, and then we could talk about
That's
that.
true. That is definitely true. Yeah.
No.
So that would be kind of like that's an interesting argument where it's like that guy should get the death penalty. The state didn't have the cojones to do it.
Shit.
And are the capital punishment, is it like death and like
Yeah, it's like the
abusing, or what is it called?
abuse
Yeah, that one. And then like cheating. Those would be the ones you could die for, or no?
to get divorced for.
No, the capital punishment from the, like what you said. What would those things be? Because all I can think of is like killing someone.
Oh well, capital punishment is usually just for murder.
Okay.
Yeah. But in the Old Testament, it's a little bit more broad, and that's kind of what the article was coming at. Because like in the Old Testament, it's like witchcraft. So if your husband or wife gets into witchcraft really bad,
If they watch Harry Potter, done.
divorce, legal grounds for divorce. It's like I don't. Yeah, so it's like it's a little.
Yeah.
Like I would. Yeah.
And you know, people are like, why is God make such a big deal about divorce? And it's because it's not that he makes a big deal about divorce, it's that he makes a big deal about marriage. And it's easy in our world to make a little deal about marriage. Because it's like, well, I'll just be married, and then if it doesn't work out, I'll just marry someone else. And like, to me, when I read the Bible about verses about marriage and divorce, God's trying to like get that idea about marriage out of our head. It's like, this cannot be the way you look at this. It's not like I do this thing, and then if it doesn't work, I'll just find the next sucker
Right.
to marry me, and then the next one and the next one. And it's like, you gotta, like, this is not the design.
Yeah.
This is not the intent. So stop playing that game, stop thinking about it in that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even with the exceptions to marriage where you could get a divorce, it's not commanded. Like if someone cheats on you, you don't have to get a divorce. Hopefully there's a way for it to be reconciled and for them to be repentive.
Yeah.
And for the marriage. So there's not like a commandment where it's like divorce is always like the last option. Like they're cheating on you and they won't change and they're not sorry. And it's like, okay, then you can get a divorce.
Yeah. And there's plenty of things that can take place before divorce too that I think people get a little freaked out about too. Cause it's like, well, like, and I mean, abuse is a big deal, obviously, but it's like if there's things going on in the home, it's like you don't have to run straight to divorce.
Yeah.
You can separate for a season. Like there's so many steps that should be taken before you just decide to end it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And people say in divorce, there's a lot of people who are divorced. A lot of people who are divorced.
Yeah, the majority of people are, I
it's
think.
crazy.
You know?
Yeah. And they say that, 50% of marriages end in divorce. And they say that's the same among Christians. And in a sense, that's true. Although when you look up the statistics for people, how often do people who attend church together every single week get divorced? It's like way lower. It's like, I think it's like 40% lower. It goes from 50% to like 10%. So, although it's true that people who say they're Christians get divorced as much as anyone else, the people who, there's power to going to church weekly with your spouse and having, again, that vision, like we're going to do this together. Like
that way they can nudge you during the message.
Yes, those people are way less likely to get divorced, just statistically. Yeah, those nudgers. Well, there you go. 2 questions in 1, 4 and 5. So there you go.
Wow.
Cool. Wow. Averie, Riley, Hagen.
Well, Jordan, next week, where are you going?
Whew, sometimes I don't even know the answer to that question. Let's see.
Wherever the Lord leads me.
Amen. Well, on Thursday after youth group, we're going to pick up Averie's mom, Kenna, from Idaho Falls.
Yeah, your favorite person.
Kenna's great.
Yeah.
Shout out Kenna. Love Kenna. Hi. Oh, Dane's calling you.
Cole.
Cole's. Oh, yes.
I kind of thought it would be like Kenna. Like,
What's up, Kenna?
Yeah.
And then they have the ladies retreat this weekend. So shout out all you ladies going. The ladies should listen to this on the way down, on the drive down.
It should be mandatory.
In the vans, yeah. And then when the ladies are on their retreat, I'll be in Silverwood with our school. So that'll be fun. Our school's doing a field trip. I don't know who convinced him of that.
You're just a servant.
No, I'm a servant. I love Silverwood. But it just seems like it's a fun idea. It's like, we should do a school field trip to Silverwood.
Yeah,
like, sure.
Hey,
yeah. And then we get back Sunday, and then Monday night, we're driving to California. And I'm going to Disneyland. So I'm pretty hyped about that. And then we'll be back by next Sunday. So, yeah.
Good.
Busy. How about you, Hagen? What you got going on this
Just a chill weekend.
That's nice.
Not driving anywhere.
Sometimes
not
I
anywhere.
wish. But I'm
Just
excited.
hanging out. I do have to make men's breakfast, and you're not going to help. So
I'm sorry about
you were
that.
supposed to. But
My bad.
I just liked how when we were in Philly, we got breakfast a couple times with Jordan's grandma, and then he was talking about his trips, and then she was like, "How many miles do you put on your car?" So we're gonna add a lot more this weekend. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness I was able to drive the high school's van and then the church's van for our 2 long trips this weekend.
yeah,
So that's good. But California, we're driving ours, so that'll be way more.
nice.
Yep. Cool. Well, thanks for chit-chatting, everyone.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.